Welcome to Juicy-Vibez, the bi-weekly podcast where three women, Jada, Christy, and Eliza, squeeze, extract, and conquer life one lesson at a time. On today's episode, we have a special guest, Chanel. She's the creator of HAUS A Home, and our new series is Behind the Brand, where we will sit down with entrepreneurs who have built and created their own lane in this business world. On this episode, we sit down with Chanel Ford, the owner and creator of HAUS A Home. The coconut wax company delivers a new outlook on the way we smell and feel the candles in general.
Welcome. How are you feeling?
Tired. No, I'm good. How are you guys?
Good.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah.
Of course. Chanel sounds familiar. She's been on one of our episodes before with Chris
God.
for Vintage Appeal, NYCAA. But it's all about Chanel. So, what made you think of the name HAUS A Home?
I had the name, and I had to look back at this actually a couple weeks ago. I was like, when did I create this? I made Twitter for it in 2014. I've had the LLC for it since 2015. I completely forgot because I had put it to the side for a really long time. So I honestly don't remember. And if I'd made all the social media and the LLC for it way back then I probably thought about it probably in 2012 or something. So I wish I remembered why that came up, but it stuck. I like things that make sense, and it sounded like a sentence probably, which is why I liked it. I knew it could be the tagline. I knew it could be the name of the company. So that's usually how I work. I'm like it, done.
I actually like the way it's a play on words, HAUS A Home, yeah. I think that was very, very cool and creative, yeah.
My creative juices were really flowing.
Yeah.
Did you always know you wanted it to be a candle line? Or was it something else first?
This I knew I always wanted it to be home. I didn't know that it would start off as candles. Making candles for me was actually something super personal that I just never shared with anyone. I would just make them all the time for myself. Because it was something that my therapist made me do.
As a relaxation.
You need to calm down. Go try something therapeutic. So I wouldn't even tell people that I made candles. I would just make them.
How do you make?
How
did you start making them? Did you look this up? How did you start?
So I originally started because I thought I was going to be a painter. Once my therapist told me I needed to find out, I was like, okay, great, I'm going to be a great painter. I'm not a great painter. I was like, oh, let me figure out how to make candles. And I started out with soy wax. I was like, let me research what kind of, non-terrible things are out there. And I made soy wax candles for a really long time, and then it wasn't until about 2 years ago when I discovered coconut wax, and I was like, what? It's so much better for the environment and all that good stuff. So it's a lot. So you got wax, and you have to get the wicks and all that stuff, and then fragrance, and it's a lot of chemistry that goes into it. So
sounds like it.
Those classes, high school's paying off finally.
Those science classes, you just made me what?
So it's really measuring, because it's certain percentages that you can add fragrance to, and when I'm mixing fragrances, so it's 2 different fragrances, you have to do calculations of that. So math class, man, I'm glad I passed that Regents. It's all going to use now. But it's really cool, being able to kind of experiment in that way and see what scents you want to be top notes and what scents you want to be base notes and all that good stuff. So that part is fun.
Cool.
Nice.
But when you do coconut wax, does it smell like coconut, or you can change the fragrance?
It doesn't smell like anything. I don't know what they do during the process of making it wax, but it doesn't smell like coconut at all. So it just comes in smelling like nothing.
Oh, so no sense. Oh, okay. Yeah, because I was thinking, I'm okay, with coconut, you kind of get that smell. But
Yeah, because coconut oil has that
Yeah.
coconut, but it doesn't have a scent at all to it, which is really
cool.
interesting.
It's very unique. I like that. What was your first scent you made?
My first scent was rosemary and vanilla. That was the first scent I had ever made, ever. and my dad actually has it in his living room. It's like it's such a terrible looking candle. It's like a little votive, and like the wick is way too big. It just looks so bad. But yeah, rosemary vanilla was the first one I ever made.
Why that scent?
I don't. You know what? I don't know. I love the smell of rosemary. Like, we grow it in our backyard. Like, I cook with it all the time. And vanilla is just like such a staple. Like, everything vanilla.
I love vanilla.
There's a time in my life where I just like put vanilla extract like on and wore that as like fragrance. Like, I love vanilla.
Wait, like the cookie? Wait, hold on, wait.
Just like,
Yeah, I'm like, I don't know about putting vanilla
I
extract.
taste it like making this like.
Yeah, I like the way.
Oh man, that's different.
it's crazy. I got that from a recording artist. And I want to say it was like Santa Gold or Solange that used to do that or something.
It probably lasts longer.
Yeah, because you can just like honestly just dab it on you and you're done.
Shoot, we got to put like cooking
That's
scents on me all day, right?
Forget spending $240
Go to the kitchen, get some perfume.
Right? Like, you know, anything
I'm
else.
out. Vanilla extract.
So yeah, so then I'm really big on trying to like just create unique scents that necessarily aren't out there and easy to find. So that's how that one came about.
Do you guys still use that one?
Yeah, like he won't burn it. He's like you, like how we talked about like just having candles open. Like
Yeah.
he'll just have them open and around. He won't burn them though. I'm like, okay.
Well, that one's your first one. You shouldn't burn it. That
Yeah,
should be
that's
like
good.
Like the humble
that's like,
beginning.
yeah.
He'll keep that forever.
It's like when they hang like the first $1 up in stores.
Oh, you can frame it and have like a box like Chanel's first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks, Dad.
Yeah, because you about to, your future's bright.
Yeah. I might be
These
so
candles
hungry. I
are
don't know if you guys
nice.
can hear my stomach growl. Again, it was a rough morning.
When we're talking about like rosemary and vanilla extract.
I was like,
Being in the
hungry.
kitchen, stuff like that.
So where did you get your inspiration from?
Like creatively?
Yeah.
I've kind of always had this sort of creative streak. I'm left-handed, so.
Oh wait,
Off
so
the
if
bat,
you're left-handed,
I'm
you're more
special.
creative?
Yeah,
No, she's special.
No, it's like a real thing because you're left-handed. You use the right side of your brain, so those tend to be most English teachers, most presidents, most creative people are left-handed. Whereas like most accountants, finance people, and like math teachers are right-handed. It's like a real thing.
What if you're right-handed, but your left side is stronger? Like you use
So,
your left side more.
It's called, it's crazy because I play a lot of
Ambidextrous
sports
or
with
something?
my right hand. It's hand preferred.
Yeah, like everything is with my left hand. Does
So
that mean I'm
even-
creative too?
Yeah, so you might find that you have.
No, you're not. You gotta be left-handed.
You
You
don't know
gotta
nothing
be
about
writing
this.
with your left hand.
She's been doing her research. Let her talk.
Listen.
Yeah, so
Let's break your right arm right now and see if you can write with your left
I
hand.
can't write my left hand.
I actually had to. I broke my right hand and I had to write with my left because there was a teacher who was like, I don't care.
I'm hurt.
She's like, yeah, I don't care. Write with your left hand. I was like, dude.
Does this work like that, ma'am? Okay.
Okay, I'll try.
Oh my
No,
gosh.
but we actually saw on your website that you like your inspiration. We saw that it was like through like traveling and
Yeah,
such. So
definitely.
tell us more about that.
Yes.
I am a travel junkie. I only go to work so I can travel. Like travel and
Same.
insurance. Like thank you, Aetna. Like that. So yeah, I really started. I'm also not big on having like just a bunch of things and like tchotchkes around my house. So what I would do is take a lot of pictures or just try to remember the experience there. So whenever I go somewhere, I really try to immerse myself in whatever that culture is and whatever's happening there. Like what's the state flower here? Like what is that around? Like what grows here naturally? Like, and I'm always intrigued by that. So
Cool.
I try to incorporate that in pretty much everything.
Aw.
Do you have any upcoming trips?
I do. I have a few. Well, I'm doing for New Year's, I'm going back to California. I'm doing Big Bear Lake. Me and my friends are renting a cabin.
Cool.
We're gonna hang out in Big Bear. It actually snows in Big Bear. Like, it's like an actual mountain. It's like an hour and a half outside of LA, which is really fun because California is the only place where you can ski and surf in the same day.
That is awesome.
So, we can ski in the same year.
So I'll do that, which isn't like, you know, anything crazy. But then I'm turning 30 in February, so I'm going to Cuba.
Cool.
And I'll probably go. I just came back from Paris and London.
And that looked beautiful.
Thanks. It was.
I was like, I need to wear every outfit that she had on.
Oh my god.
I need to be as bright and vibrant as she was. I need to save money.
Right?
It's crazy. I never wear color. I usually always wear black, aside from today, because I was like, Chanel, just don't wear black.
I was supposed to you're in color. That was
I really love your shirt, actually.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It's actually shout out to this girl, Felicia Latour. She's from LA. She's not from LA. She's from like the Bay, but she lives in LA. She's a makeup artist. She used to be Janae Aiko's makeup artist.
Wow.
But she's created like this whole like lane for herself where she deals with like mental health, and she's like a mom of 2 kids. And so she has this new thing called Mindful Fee, and it's all mental health related, and it's all about supporting like entrepreneurs like her and her life partner Gavin, who actually is the creative director of 400 for YG, and he like does all that stuff. He has like this brand called Supervision, and they're just like dope people to like follow and like be inspired to like stay creative. So she has like this whole line of like t-shirts. She's got like a tie-dye one that's called like Somebody's Mama, because she's got 2 kids, and like all these moms like are in a tribe and wear it. It's so cute.
Nice.
And I love anybody that's supporting women of color. So
I
Awesome.
really like that website.
I know.
Yeah.
You have to give us later.
shout out to her. Yeah. I forgot what we were talking
We were talking about
Travel.
traveling,
Oh, that's
inspiration.
Yes. I'm one of those people that I get inspired by everything. Like, I wake up and my intention is to find something that inspires me. So whether it's like me being on the subway or me being on a trip or even just being in conversation with people, like I look for inspiration everywhere in the everyday things, like that coffee cup.
It's pretty plain, but okay.
I'm over here like I like that color play of like the white with the tan and the black. Like I'm like, ooh, that's like a real nice color pattern. I love it.
Sometimes simplicity is inspirational too.
Yeah.
So what would you say like sets you apart from like any other company that's selling like candles, and what's different from you and I don't even know, what is it, Yankee Candles or
Yeah,
whatever,
Yankee
like what
Just
sets you
Yankee
apart?
Candle. They used to have bomb sales.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna lie.
They don't have that anymore?
I don't know.
I guess Marshalls has like
I see some stuff in Home Goods.
At
but-
Home Goods,
Home-
yeah.
Oh, not
Marshalls
Marshalls,
and Home Goods are
Yeah.
like
I love Home Goods.
their little accessory section.
You get lost.
You get lost in Home Goods and be like, yo, I've been here for 5 hours. What the hell?
Yeah.
Well, I would say first and foremost, like quality. Like one, they're I would hand pour every single candle. We're using quality ingredients. We make them in small batches. Like I don't make an order until somebody places it. So like these candles aren't just like sitting around like waiting. So there's like no preservatives in them. We just also like our purpose, like our mission. I do this solely to fund what I feel like is my bigger calling and my bigger purpose, which is helping other people. So 10% of our profits go to helping kids and families in need, which to me, that's ultimately all I want to do. Like I just want to make enough money so I can help other people. So feeding kids, helping keep lights on in people's homes and stuff like that. So that's really the biggest thing that sets me apart, I think, for sure.
Well, I saw that on your website. You did have a charity for backpacks. Was it?
Yeah, so we create backpack meals for kids. So I'm teaming up with smaller charities in different areas, in schools in different areas, to help provide kids with meals. So people don't think about it, but all these kids go to school, and sometimes all they eat is when they're at school, so like breakfast and lunch.
Oh, wow.
But like what happens on the weekend? Like people don't think about it. Like some kids just don't eat until they get back to school on Monday. Or like what happens during the summer break, like when there's nobody feeding them. and it's like all those kids on free lunch, and there's so many people that really need it. So I try to help with that, and it doesn't really take much. Like, people don't know, but like rice and beans, shout out to rice and beans, has all the nutrients you need for a meal. Like, you would never go nutrient deficient if you eat rice and beans. So it's like doing something as simple as that, like, and it stretches, it goes a long way. You can kind of feed a family of 4 with that really easily, and keep someone going and thriving. It's all about, you know.
So I gotta thank my mom for feeding me rice and beans every single day.
It is very fulfilling though.
Yeah, that's so funny.
I eat rice and beans every day.
I actually had rice and beans yesterday.
You know, it's funny, growing up I used to hate it because I'm like, oh, every single day the same thing. And now I'm
Not
like
me.
craving it.
I was
Like,
mad.
I would be like, oh, Dad, I would take my left hand off just to get a rice and beans, like, on a regular now.
Yeah. I have nothing else in my house.
That's rice and beans. You did say you hand pour each one. What is the hardest process with creating a candle? Like, if I place an order, what's like the hardest?
So like the entire process is like really time consuming, which I don't think people think of. So you have to heat the wax up to a certain temperature. Then you have to pour the fragrance in at a certain temperature. Like, you can't do it all at like one after the other. Like, there are like certain heating points you have to get to. And then once you mix it, you then have to pour it at a certain temperature. And then it's like, the best pours come when you heat up the jars too. So it's like, I'm like blow drying jars, heating up wax. It's like a whole like cooking coke operation when I make candles. Like, I feel like a drug dealer.
Honestly, I'm like, see, like, whipping it.
I really am in the kitchen like
The
whipping
word.
But it's really like that. Like, I want to make sure like it's poured nicely like the first time, because you want it to like be smooth and creamy and not like janky looking.
Oh my god.
I made a batch.
We
of,
should
sample
do
candles and they
a
look terrible.
wax candle class with you. We'd
Yes.
probably be terrible at it.
No, I've been
burn
thinking
myself.
about like
You should
doing
do
like
that.
classes.
You should. That'd be really cool.
That may come in 2020.
Yeah.
I would definitely burn myself.
I would go. I could totally see myself like all over the place, wax on me, wax on you, wax on everyone.
I'd be like, shit, oh my god, I fucking dropped it. Like, oh yeah.
It would be like wax outside the thing, the container, and be like, what the kind of, yeah, not therapeutic at all. I would be stressed.
Like, I was telling Chanel, like,
I'm so stressed.
I'm big on candles, so like the fact that like when she told me it was up and I can get one. So this is my second one. This is ginger and pear.
It smells like bubble gum.
To me it doesn't, but
I know. I smell the ginger and pear, but it smells like
It
bubble
actually
gum
smells
too.
good. I like that.
Yeah,
I'm like
Like
a big
bubblicious.
ginger like advocate. I love ginger.
I love
I'm a
I
big
do,
ginger
me
tea.
too. It's actually inspired. So my favorite tea from Trader Joe's is ginger and pear, and that's honestly what inspired that one.
Oh, girl, I don't know. Wait a minute. I didn't even know they had
It's
that
so
as a
good.
tea.
Please get it. It will change your life. It's
Well, you
delicious.
get it, then.
Awesome.
Like, since this is my second candle, I've had my experience of opening it and burning it and everything. Like, the wick is a wood chip.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, when I first did it, it was like cracking. I was like, oh shit. But, but I was like, it's so soothing.
Now.
Like, hearing the crack.
Crackle, yeah.
And then, like, the aroma that it just gives off. I
Light it up,
I love
light
it.
it up, light
Yeah.
it up.
Okay, maybe we can we light? You think
I
we'll
don't
be in
think
trouble?
so.
I don't think we're allowed to do
Yeah.
that. I don't think there's a yeah, but I don't know if there's a
We don't want
There's no-
sprinklers and then like ew, like
oh yeah, the
like a
smoke.
whole. No, there's no sprinklers here.
There's nothing.
I don't think there's a smoke alarm in here.
All right,
I
let's
should have
just
asked
not.
first. All right, we can just get the aroma of this. Of it.
It smells very good.
Leave
You
it
did
in
a
the
good
room.
job.
We'll get you guys
But-
kicked out of the studio.
I know, right? They'd be like,
Yeah, you
listen.
never could come back.
Yeah, it's like that would be part of the rules. Like, you're in the studio, don't burn something. But I was impressed by the packaging, by the aesthetics of the brand, and also like the little treat that I got with it as well. Like I got sorrel to like you can plant, so I thought that was really good. I saw that you took your time and effort to put it together, because I know I'm big on like packaging, especially products, but like packaging shows like okay if you really care, if you just try to throw it in there.
That's what makes you, that's what separates you from everyone else. That's
But she's hearing it from the
nice.
customer's point of
Yeah,
view now.
Like for me, I
nice.
think it's just like right. I'm like, okay, like I packaged it as regular, but see, that is something that clearly sets us apart. So
That's really
thank
nice.
you.
Yeah.
So it's like I'm like I need another one. because I burn candles fast. I'm already like down here. Like, I'll just have it on for a long time.
Yeah, I'm the same. Like, I'll put a candle on like all day, and then I'm like, oh, it's 5 hours later. I should probably blow that thing out.
Yeah, I'll be doing that too. I'm like, it's still on. Okay, let me turn it off. And I love the little matches as well. Like, so what? I know, like you said, like pouring it and stuff like that. Getting like the pieces together, like for example, I guess like getting the right container to put it in, and getting like the wood chip. Like, what? How did you decide to put wood chip instead of like the regular? I don't know what the regular candle.
It's like a string thing?
Yeah, it's made. It's cotton.
Oh. Okay.
So it's all trial and error. So when I first started making candles, like I obviously used like cotton regular wicks. But again, it's like one of those things that people don't realize. It's like coated in like chemicals and like terrible to breathe in, which is why people like why there's soot, because it's like coated in like
some like black
just
coating.
terrible things like that we should not be breathing in. So using the wooden wick actually came from a place of wanting to just be more sustainable and eco-friendly and just good for you. So the wood comes from a company that is certified to, use, like, they're not chopping down trees to like make this. It's all recycled wood. It's all done by like the forestry council and all that good stuff. So everything is like certifiable and okay with the planet, which for me is like super big. For those who don't know me, I'm like the biggest hippie. I'm a vegan. I'm driving Prius, like trying to get a Tesla. Like whatever I can do to save the planet. Like I pick up trash on the street like all the time. Like I'm one of those people. So that to me was like one of the biggest factors. Like I would not have put this product out if it couldn't be as sustainable as possible. So that's why we do things like give packets of seeds, because I want people to keep reusing them. We're gonna roll out actually like you can send the jar itself back and I'll just re-pour your next candle into that one, so we can keep reusing them. Like whatever way we can be sustainable is like what
Well,
I'm gonna do.
that does set you apart, because I don't think I've heard of a company that you resend container and refill. That's good.
That's a great idea, to send it back and then report. That's good, because then you end up buying another one and then it's like empty. And it's like what you do with the container, you kind of like recycle it or whatnot.
Right, exactly. We want everyone to do that part.
What made you decide on this size? Because most candles I buy, even if it's like I don't buy for me. I usually buy for like black owned for the most part, because the fragrances and like combinations are sick. So like another company I have is like much smaller than this. Like this is like the highest. Unless if I buy it from like Yankee Candle or from like something like that, that's like a huge jar. I've never gotten this size, where it's like this high up and this like thick and with.
Yeah. So actually, I was between. I had three. I bought every size candle like jar that came in, and that was the middle one. And I was like, in terms of making it the price point I wanted it to be, and then making it something that people would want to buy again.
Yeah.
That's where I came up with. So this is 9 ounces. 9 ounces is about 56 hours of burn time, which I feel like, all right.
That's a good amount.
It's a good amount of time. But yeah, I feel like it fits. It goes anywhere. Like it can fit on any type of countertop or nightstand or wherever it may be seen, or just be a part of something else in a bigger aesthetic. So it kind of just worked the best without getting lost.
Nice.
Yeah, that's cool.
What made you decide on like this cover as well?
So that cover. So I originally had wood covers, which were amazing. But then I found out that the company that was making they weren't sustainable and they were like not good. So I had to dump that. But I wanted it to be something clean, and I just liked the look of the copper against the black. And we're also rolling out the white jars too, and the copper with the white jars is also clean as fuck. And
Oh, okay.
It's real cute. So that was just me like, oh, I like this. That wasn't even for anybody else. I was like, ooh, I like this.
So, like, do you see yourself, like, how do you see the company going forward? Do you see yourself in stores, or do you want to have your own store, or how would you go about
So I definitely want to get in stores. We're gonna just manifest that for 2020. But I'm very selective about like the places that I want to work with in the stores I want to see myself in. I mean, should Target come holler at me one day?
Oh no, y'all love Target.
I'm here for
Yes.
it. But like really, like I want to be in boutiques, like mostly, you know, obviously people of color own boutiques. But places where people can actually talk about my product. You know what I'm saying? Like I want to be not just on the shelf somewhere and someone pick up if they like it. I want people to be as invested in the candle as you are, like, and be a real consumer of it. So like when a customer comes in to buy it, they can talk about it and really be like, no, you need to get this. So that's what I'm going to work on. That's what I'm working on now, and really trying to carve out what stores and companies I'm going to target.
Okay. Have you gone to like any events? Like, have you tried to like kind of?
I'm trying to make it happen to be a part of like some holiday like bazaars and all that good stuff. I am a part of, it's in January, but Short Hair Don't Care will be in there, good bag.
I am so fucking, I'm happy I didn't know that before. Oh shit! I'm sorry. Oh shit, like, I'm sorry, that's fucking huge. Like, I'm so happy.
Congratulations.
Congrats.
Now we need to really clap that up.
Yay!
So that I'm super pumped about that. But sponsoring and being a part of things that I truly am passionate
That's
about and
huge.
care about. So obviously love Elena and everything that's going on.
Join lots, we love y'all.
And,
So yeah.
you know, like being a business owner, being like a businesswoman, you know, you have to like sell yourself, you have to like put yourself out there, and they have like their ups and downs with like just owning a business and being an owner, and like, you know, through the whole process, like, do you think that it's made you like a better person? I mean, obviously, like, but like, have you experienced things where the growth has been like better or for worse, or, you know, like, tell us a little more about that, like the business perspective.
Yeah, definitely. I definitely, you go through like growing pains no matter how small your business is and no matter how small you're like moving. But even being a part of, I've been asked, you know, to be a part of like several different sponsorships and all that type of stuff, and it's like, having to turn people down it sucks, because you want to help everyone, but it's like, do you really vibe with what I'm going for? Like, is your target market and the people that you're going after people that I even want buying your stuff? And people are always like, why? What do you mean? Like, money's green? It's like, yeah, but I don't want everybody buying my stuff. Like, if that was the case, I would like mass produce it. I really want people who understand what we're about. And I mean, great if you buy it because you like the scent, that's great. But like, my target audience are people who actually care about the environment or care about helping others. It's like,
So you would turn away somebody even if like they didn't?
I don't want Trump to ever buy my candle.
It's the brand aesthetic. It's like the brand, like the.
Those 53% of white women that voted for Trump, I don't really want y'all.
Oh my God.
What if they like the scent, and then like as they are like learning it and they learn more about it?
Other question is, what is the essential scent that gets you relaxed at home? For me, it's ginger. I love me some ginger.
I love that lavender. So if you can hook a girl up with some lavender, I know it's a scent that you smell everywhere.
The CBD candles are coming
in lavender.
Like, in just
I love you
lavender.
to death.
I like French vanilla. Like, I like the vanilla smell, but like also with the seasons, like my favorite one is the pumpkin. Pumpkin spice.
I have pumpkin spice.
I love that. Yeah, I had that lit last night. It was good.
I use a pumpkin face mask and I just want to eat it. Like, it smells.
Pumpkin is so good.
I probably would eat it.
Have you ever had I know this is kind of off topic. Have you ever had pumpkin butter from Trader Joe's?
Oh yeah, pumpkin butter.
Me too. I stack them up because
Pumpkin butter tastes good.
No, if you have it with like, I eat mine with green apples, or even with like on a nice
I will
whole
fight
wheat.
Susie in Trader Joe's.
Yo, I don't say that because they sell out fast.
The only pumpkin I've had to eat is the New Year's Haitian New Year's soup. That's the only the pumpkin.
That's
That's
so
literally
funny.
the only pumpkin that I've had.
Pumpkin.
But I never had like a pumpkin. It's like a pumpkin butter.
It's not really butter, but it's like a pumpkin spread.
Like a,
Yeah.
Yeah, like a peanut butter or almond butter. It's like pumpkin butter.
Yeah.
So good.
I would try it.
Try it.
I have a
Life
jar.
changing.
I might let you have some.
She might. She might let you have some.
There was an emphasis of might.
And I can, I'll get another jar and I'll let you have some. Because they only sell it during now, and like
It sells out so
it sells out
fast.
very fast.
Speaking of which, I'm about to go to Trader Joe's after I leave here
I'm
now.
about to get like
Oh.
3 and stock up again. Okay, what's the best way you guys de-stress?
Oh my god, I'm waiting to learn how to de-stress. I'm still stressed out all the time. It's like horrible.
You know what has become my best friend? Do not disturb. I was like I never used it before like a couple months ago, like on my phone.
Really? I use it all the time.
Y'all can't find me. Like I'll be like,
Mine does it at like 9 o'clock.
yeah,
Shut
Yeah,
off.
I have a time
Mine
limit.
shuts off at 9 and doesn't kick back up until 7 the next morning, and I'm sleeping better. Like these dark circles under my eyes are disappearing.
It's a huge difference. They'd be like, yo, I've been trying. I'm like, me and Christy went out one night, and then somebody was trying to like follow. We trying to like exchange Instagrams. They're like, yo, seriously? I'm like, I'm so serious. Yeah, it's 9 p.m. It's like 11 o'clock at night. I was like, I'm sorry, I have to unlock my phone, and now I have to ask if I have permission to the app now. He was just like, what the? I'm like,
I need to go sit down somewhere. Okay, that's what I need to do.
No, I mean there are times where I can de-stress, but there are times where it's like it's overwhelming and it's hard for me to find anything that will bring me
Running
down.
has been a really big de-stressor for me, and it just helps a lot with my anxiety. Like so, I just run almost every day. Not far. Not for long, but I'm running.
I mean, I used to. I wish I, like, because where I live, I really, there's no place where I can do that. But when I was, like, living back in Long Island, I did have a place to run to. So it was really, that was very therapeutic. Because you get the fresh air, you get to just, like, unwind your mind. But it's just, maybe I'm going to start making candles.
sure, that ain't happening.
I was thinking of doing one of those, like, you know, like those vase making class. I heard that's therapeutic.
Oh, like the glass
clay?
blowing?
Like the clay.
Oh, you mean pottery class?
Yeah, pottery.
They have a bunch of them.
I think I might do that. Maybe I could just.
She's gonna get frustrated.
And I'm gonna make something weird.
She's about to curse the old
It's
people in
gonna be
there.
like it's gonna come out this way.
Oh, what's that? Oh,
It's a vase that you can't put anything in.
Oh, we're just gonna start yours over.
We're gonna put this in the discards.
I did that once. It ended up just being like an ashtray.
You can.
Because it was flat. I was like, here's the ashtray.
So I might make a lot of
Wasn't
ashtrays.
And I was like, never again.
So if that's what you guys get for Christmas.
I don't know.
Imagine, girl,
Don't give me that.
Anyway.
it's like you don't give me anything.
Yeah, just happy holidays.
Well, you guys all know I like running.
Yeah.
So I run. But there are other things I do, like I read. And I like smelling stuff. Makes me feel better.
Like scratch offs or?
No, like I don't know, certain scents make me feel better. Like certain smells make me feel a little better. Like the vanilla smell makes me feel like more relaxed. Going to therapy.
I'm a big advocate.
What else? Reading. I did. Oh, reading some more.
Oh my god, I'm gonna have to start reading.
I don't know. I don't have like a best
Specific, yeah.
because there's like sometimes running just isn't enough.
Yeah.
And then sometimes my therapist just like her schedule doesn't match with mine. And then sometimes I don't necessarily need a session. I just need a moment to myself. Reading the Bible helps.
I'm big on the Bible app.
Yeah.
We should know the whole day.
Yeah, you guys have I have the Bible app right here, right at the top.
Yeah.
Do you be doing the plans and stuff?
I used to. I don't do that anymore. I used to do the plans.
They have a lot of good ones.
You
I
know,
read a few
there was a
books off
plan.
of the plans.
There was a really good plan that actually put me onto a podcast called Encounter. And that is really good. If you guys listen
I
to
love
it,
a podcast.
it's so relaxing. Like sometimes I'll just play it in the morning and it has like relaxing music and it just lets me just like go out. So like really
It plays like
therapeutic music and then
That was the last thing I was gonna say. I like listening to piano. Like on Spotify, they have like different playlists. So to relax, I listen to like the instrumentals or the piano playlist that like helps me distress. that was really big. You're a girl. I hear it.
It's okay.
No, it's okay. We're all
okay.
we're all
I'm
there.
trying to, I
All
want to
there.
give you a little idea. One thing that helps me relax is bath, and I like taking like bath salts, and like I ran out recently. So bath salts would be a really good idea. I don't know if you can do an organic, because I don't know if the one that I buy is probably organic. It's probably like some.
You never know.
Bath salts for the most part are pretty natural.
Oh,
Just because
okay.
like Epsom salt's like a pretty natural occurring thing. They just mix it with like baking soda.
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah, for the most part, most bath salts are pretty.
But that would be like a
Baking soda,
nice
sorry, that's what
relaxing.
it's called.
And I know
Okay,
you can
what's
put
it
in
called?
your like really different fragrant scents into it, and that's like right now I use lavender. It's like amazing.
Lavender gives me a headache.
Oh, it relaxes me.
I don't know why.
Uh,
Maybe
what-
it's the
and
type
then-
of thing type of lavender I was probably smelling.
Yeah.
Or maybe it was too potent.
But they have like eucalyptics and stuff like that, so those things are like everything.
What? Oh, I do have a question for you guys. What's one thing that you would like to see from House at Home? So I'm assuming you want me to make bath salts. so
Yeah.
great.
Yeah, so you want bath salts.
I'll see what I can do.
I'm very excited about the wrap paper and the sage. So I think like those are like my main things I'm really happy for.
Well, I can't wait to go home and order a candle. That's like probably, I want to see like more of like the scents. So I'm excited for future senses, like smells, scents. Did I say it? Scents?
Scents,
Yeah,
yeah.
scents. I said senses.
You're not making any sense.
I'm ready for like the upcoming new scents that you're gonna come up with. Yeah.
Have you thought of making like those oils with the?
Like the diffusers?
Yeah, I like
Yes.
those.
Actually, I've been experimenting with them and just trying to make sure that I love diffusers. I want them to be as potent as possible, so you can
Oh, yeah.
actually like smell them. Because I feel like they last a long time, but they don't. You can't really like smell them far. Like you gotta like be up on them.
No, yeah.
So like they work good in like a bathroom, but not like a bigger room. So
No.
I'm trying to figure out just a way to try to make them a little more stronger,
Yeah.
just a little bit. But they're gonna come.
Yay!
Oh my God, I'm excited for the
You
things
should
that-
make chapsticks.
Yeah.
I can see you doing
Shout out
that.
to Bliss that's been holding me down for forever. But yeah, no, I would love to. I love.
I
this
could
movie.
see her doing something like that.
And it's like these are all things like people have in their house. Like everybody has chapstick.
Yeah.
That's so true. You know what's crazy? I mean, like the same Vaseline since I was like in high school. It's like a green.
You
it's
put
in
me
a,
onto
it's a
that,
tin jar because they sell it here down the States now.
I
Back in
use
the day,
it.
it was only in like Europe for some
Oh, the
reason.
one that twists.
Twisted,
Yeah.
yeah, and it's the green one
The
I
green
use.
one is good.
I don't think I have it with me right now because I got the lip gloss on, but I think it has olive oil in it.
Yeah, it has aloe vera.
Aloe vera, yeah, aloe vera in it.
We're just throwing those ideas at you.
I love it. I love it. I also wanna. I know I will at some point. I don't know when this is gonna happen, but start selling like growing plants and selling them. I need a greenhouse though. Somebody hook me up with a greenhouse.
There's nothing like growing your own plants and
Oh,
just
yeah.
picking it and then just cook.
Yeah.
There's
That's
nothing
my
like
favorite
it.
thing, like making basil and like peppers. Like
And peppers and tomatoes.
me and my dad make our own hot sauce, which is still.
Oh, that's
Nice.
so
That's
nice.
so cool. Hi guys, it's Jada from Juc-e-vibez and I'm here with Chanel, the
Hello.
owner and creator of House A Home. And you guys know we have a candle contest going on, and we're here to talk more about the candles
With the dog.
with the dogs. If you guys can't see him. Oh, what?
Are you
I think he's
gonna
coming. I think he's coming.
All right. Are you gonna be part of the
he's
video?
coming.
Sorry, guys.
We have a guest.
Tyson.
Hi. So you better put me in this video. He's like, I ain't playing no games. Who's this person gonna play? I'm being in everything.
You have to be a good boy. All right. He'll be a good boy. He's not part of the contest.
No, you can't win him. You can just ring candles.